So if you've been watching my channel for a little while now, you'll know that last month I did a review of Neil Breen's film, I Am Here Now. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at another film by one of the greatest filmmakers ever who have graced the silver screens, Neil motherfucking Breen. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I did not expect Neil to be able to top all of the batshit insaneness and mindfuckery that occurred in his last movie. But somehow, he manages to here. And dare I say, Neil Breen has broken new ground with this film. I did not think it would be possible for him to outdo himself, but I think he has. So, without further ado, folks, let's take a look at Pass Thru and try not to kill any more brain cells in the process. So this is one of those Neil Breen movies that unfortunately does not get the attention it really deserves. Yes, other channels on YouTube have reviewed or reacted to it, but compare those videos to the amount of videos talking about fateful findings or Double Down, and they're significantly less. And I'm not really sure why. I mean, all of the trademark Neil Breen tropes are there. The porn-level acting, incoherent storytelling, the ridiculous attempts at political/environmental messages, and yes, lots and lots of giant fake boobage, and not a bra in sight. So we open up with some stock footage, as seems to be the trademark sign of a Neil Breen film, and then we get this fake-ass Photoshop tiger. Then we get a shot of an arm drawing some cave paintings on a rock. Not sure what this means or what it has to do with anything, really, but yeah, this is pretty much the telltale signs of a Neil Breen film, in which the intro has a bunch of random bullshit happening, intercut with some stock footage of a desert. Then we get a shot of this kid's bedroom with a bunch of action figures and textbooks sprawled across the place. Then we cut to this girl's bedroom, whom I can only assume is a friend or fellow classmate of his. And then we just cut to this random shot of this old guy in the desert with all these textbooks sprawled across the hood of his car. Like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Well, I don't know. What the hell are you asking me for? Shouldn't you be asking your real estate agent here? So Neil, I guess, plays a bum/junkie who is working for the Border Patrol. And I guess they pay him in drugs?
Clean the smuggler arrival area so the Border Patrol doesn't know where we're at. Here's your pay.
Oh, my bad. So they're smugglers who are trying to avoid the Border Patrol by paying this random junkie to clean up all the trash that they leave behind. How exactly is this going to protect them from being busted? Fuck if I know. See, I'm not the only one here who thinks this idea sucks. So I guess Neil ODs on heroin or powdered sugar, whatever the fuck this is supposed to be, and ends up dying in the desert, and then this extraterrestrial being possesses him or takes over his body somehow and is able to control him. Hey Neil, buddy, I think you're doing it wrong. So the idea is to actually puncture your skin with the needle and insert the drugs into your bloodstream. You can't just squirt it onto your skin and expect it to work. So Neil dies and his body is taken over by this CGI shadow. Oh my god, Neil, come on. Was it that hard for you to actually find a working blowtorch? Looks like some of our immigrants have managed to escape their captors. And who knew that the US border was composed of just a single chain link fence that could be pushed over by a group of people? Then we cut to this old professor guy in his hospital bed. I call it a hospital, but you can clearly tell it's somebody's home and they just decorated the room with equipment to make it look like a hospital. So this character confuses me a lot. I know, imagine that, me being confused with a Neil Breen movie. But the kids refer to him as the professor, which leads me to believe that he's a college professor. However, these kids are probably 6th, 7th grade at oldest, so how would they be acquainted with this character? So in subplot number 15, the kids we saw from earlier are working with the professor to try and track the extraterrestrial being that supposedly crash landed in the desert nearby. And then we cut to one of my favorite scenes in this movie, where we meet this woman here, who proves to us how evil she is by yelling every single one of her lines.
You two are of no value to me on the streets.
I'm all he's got in the world.
Grandma, why'd you shoot her?
Because I have absolutely no value for you two on the streets.
Yeah, classic stuff.
We have to keep running. Your mother's my sister. She was murdered. I swear to God I'd take care of you.
Your mother is my sister. So why not just say you're my niece? Yeah, you're doing a really great job of convincing me that you want to escape. Then we cut back to Neil, who's wandering around in the desert. What else is new? He stops at a rock formation and touches it, and then disappears into the rock, I guess? So Neil comes across the Photoshop tiger from earlier, and I can only theorize that Neil's extraterrestrial energy somehow caused him and the tiger to get transported into another dimension, because all of a sudden it's snowing and the two of them are in front of a green screen. Who needs Avatar when you have effects like this?
Hey, have you found anything? Or seen something? Some homeless bum.
Yes, because the outskirts of the Las Vegas desert are known for its homeless population. So the two women who escaped earlier come across Neil Breen and his trailer, and I guess he attempts to bond with them, but they're understandably very weirded out by him. And let me tell you, this woman here deserves an Oscar for her performance.
We can stay here. No. No.
You have to trust me.
Stay here.
I'll clean it for you.
Oh my God. What are you doing? How did I get here? Oh my goodness. What is this? What are you doing? Oh my God.
It's clean. It's all clean.
Next, we cut to the women that were kidnapped earlier, and I think they're supposed to be in a trailer somewhere, but this is very obviously somebody's house. Anyway, they're all talking about how their governments are so corrupt and the politicians hate them and yada yada.
I hate the politicians in my country. They are so corrupt. They persecute my family. They killed my husband.
Then we jump over to the guys who are doing the exact same thing.
I left my country to make a better life for my family. I hate the politicians in my country. They're so corrupt. They killed my wife.
I realize what I'm doing is illegal, but I gotta do it.
I'm getting out of here. Now.
Wait a fucking minute. So that means that the guy who shot him had the gun pointed at his face, literally a foot away from him. Why would he pick that moment of all moments to try and escape? I'm getting out of here. Now. So Neil touches a rock and disappears into it again.
Don't come near me. I'll kill you, you fucker.
I won't hurt you. Oh.
So after pegging him in the face with a big ass rock, not even a minute later she's all of a sudden feeling sympathy for him.
You know, I'm very sorry for hitting you in the eye. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. It's okay.
So Neil reveals himself to be an alien and then tells them his name is Till, which he got off of a Light and Fit yogurt carton.
My name is Till. It's spelled T-H-G-I-L, but it's pronounced Till.
So Neil goes back to the cave we saw earlier with the paintings and starts spinning around in circles for no reason. Actually, I think he just wanted to show off his new drone.
Hello? Do you see anything? What do you see? Hello?
And I guess whatever opioids the hospital staff gave to the professor kicked in right then because he is bug-eyed as can be.
Hey, look, there's that guy again.
Yeah, maybe we should check on him to make sure he's alive. Nah, fuck it, let's just leave him to die.
Your name, Till. That isn't your name. That's Light. L-I-G-H-T.
Wow, we got a genius here. So, Neil reveals to us his powers and his true intentions, which are to eliminate several million people from the population. Because the best way to bring world peace and eliminate corruption is to just kill all of the corrupt people. Whoa, how did he do that?
What an asshole that politician was.
I can't believe he just said that.
He is so damn extreme.
So this benevolent extraterrestrial being starts making all of the evil and corrupt people around the world disappear.
Who the hell are you? What the hell are you doing in my house?
This is my universe.
I will kill you.
I will eliminate all of the people like you that have ruined this planet.
You are done.
No, you are done.
I'm done.
Done. Take power. Organize your citizens. Lead a revolt against the politicians, the corruption, and the injustices that we all know.
So Neil hatches a plan to make all the evil and corrupt people disappear. Okay, not really sure what was so corrupt or evil about these security guards. I mean, they were just doing their jobs, but alright, man. Do what you gotta do.
I know senior national elected government officials who I can force my political bias and influence on fellow politicians to vote my way. For a payoff, of course.
Isn't that corrupt?
Fuck yeah, you tell him, Neil Breen.
I know companies that can hack into any government, national agency, or corporate facility. For the right price, you can get any information that you want. And they don't need to know why or your reason.
Isn't that corrupt?
I am a rich CEO, and I love denying my employees holiday bonuses and career advancements. Isn't that corrupt?
As CEO of a major bank, we manipulate interest rates to serve our best interest. Oh, with no concern to the customers, of course. They have no control over us. This also helps our stockbroker friends who manipulate their markets to the broker's advantage. It's all a game.
We make a fortune at our insurance companies, overcharging customers and hospitals, and there's nothing the customer can do about it. We have the backing of the politicians. Medical research could have cured cancer and other diseases 75 years ago. We won't let that happen. We'd lose too much money.
Isn't that cheating the public?
We can't afford to give our employees paid vacation time. We'd lose too much money. Isn't that cheating the public's trust? God damn it, Neil, shut the fuck up. I really don't understand why they don't just ask this man to leave. I mean, he clearly is not affiliated with anybody else at this party and has no reason to be here. And this goes on for about the next 10 or 15 minutes of the film, where Neil just crashes these random politician gatherings and decides to start shit-talking them and calling them out as they announce out loud all of their evil and corrupt plans.
Isn't that betraying the public's trust?
Our law firms control and influence many courts, judges, lawyers, agencies, and politicians. Our justice system is broken, it's ineffective, and that's just the way we want to keep it.
Isn't that immoral?
But then he just decides to exit the building and blow up the entire thing, killing all the people inside. So what exactly was the point of calling them out for their actions if you were just going to kill them?
You have nothing to fear.
Except for another 10 minutes of drone footage. Next, our peaceful environmentalist infiltrates a news station and kills everybody inside.
Security! Security! Help!
Security! You won't need security. You're gone.
And then we get our big climax of the movie in which Neil announces his plans to bring world peace by mass genocide.
I am not of this earth. I am artificial intelligence from far into the future. I have taken on this human body in order to communicate with the humans. I have taken control of this international media center. Human evolution has ended, and there can be no further advancement. The turning point is now. The glorification of violence and corruption, as well as political correctness and the fear of the truth, has ruined the human species. I have eliminated 300 million humans from the planet today. In human terms, I have killed them all.
So somehow the kids are able to take the professor out of the hospital and wheel him out to the desert.
And the border police can also. And that they're on their way.
Dad, come with us.
No, I'm just gonna stay here. It's just another one of your false alarms. I'm just gonna stay here and get some sleep.
Yeah, you kids go ahead and wheel this old man that you basically kidnapped into the middle of the desert to go find an alien. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. So Neil and the one woman who can't act for shit come across an old mine where they hear the screams of the other woman. But it's just a false alarm. Turns out she was just reading ghost stories with this random dude she met in the cave. So in subplot number 20, the ex-boyfriend of one of the girls somehow tracks them down in the middle of the desert and ends up killing them both. But it's okay. Jesus Neil Breen is here to bring them back to life and save the day.
You both are coming with me.
You're the one I'm running from. Leave us alone!
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you?
Don't shoot. You can't hurt me.
Let the light be in your eyes. Let the light be in your eyes.
So the one girl decides, despite being almost killed half a dozen times, she doesn't want to go on. And the other woman tries to convince her, and we get this Oscar-worthy piece of dialogue.
What do you mean you're not going? What are you telling me this for? Please, please. After everything we've been through, everything. If you can't stop now, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
And of course, since this is a Neil Breen movie, he automatically has to get with the hot woman, and they have a scene where they get intimate together. I mean, I'm surprised it ended with them just holding hands and didn't escalate into something more. Like, oh my god, this old creepy guy I met in the middle of the desert that has claimed to be an alien and told me his plans to kill 3 million people around the world is so hot and I just have to have him. Alright, so I guess happy ending. Everybody gets to live, Neil Breen gets the girl, the kids and the professor get to see that aliens are indeed real, and everybody walks off into the sunset amongst these piles and piles of dead bodies. Alright, so how do I even rate a movie like this? Obviously, I can't use a traditional 1 to 10 scale because this movie for sure gets a 0. But if I were to rate it on an entertainment scale, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. There are a few dull moments where the movie kind of drags, even for a Neil Breen film, but within the last 15 to 20 minutes of the film's running time, things really pick up. Of course, this is a Neil Breen film, so horrible acting, nonsensical storytelling, terrible editing, not so special effects, all of those things are going to be present here. I mean, the only reason why somebody would sit down and actually watch this 90-minute LSD trip is if they enjoy bad movies themselves, or if they're sitting around with a bunch of friends with nothing to do. And really, that's the best way to enjoy a Neil Breen film. Just gather your friends around the couch, bring your favorite drinks, your bud, whatever your fix is, just get shit-faced and laugh your ass off until you can't take it anymore. Well, folks, that about wraps it up for this one. Please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show your boys some love. I'm going to post a link to the Patreon in the description below. Make sure to follow that for exclusive content and early access videos. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on over there, so definitely head on over and help support the channel. It really, really means the world to me, guys. I try to keep it as reasonable as possible. So please head on over there for some cool stuff. And if not, no biggie. Your support here on YouTube is enough for me, and it means the world to me. So thank you for that. And until next time, folks, ciao for now.